Hey guys, it's your girl Shala, Promostk, and I'm coming today for a comment question. Contraband found in the mailroom by D's Diet. And please go check out my April featured channel, Mama G's Family Farm. Y'all run her playlist and join her family and get in her comment section. Also, subscribe to our YouTube channel and stay in our comment section too. Let's get this thing going. What's up, everybody? It's your girl Shala, Promostk, eating good in the neighborhood, And I want to address, from my prison series, you guys, comment that was left by D's Diet. D's Diet is also the mom of the Buddy the Talking Bison. If y'all haven't seen them, Buddy the Talking Bison, y'all need to go check them out. And the mom, D's Diets, y'all check her out. But anyway, you'll see before you got to me, there was a comment that she had a question on. And her question was pretty much, what are some of the funniest, the craziest things that we've gotten contraband-wise in the mailroom? So that's what we're gonna discuss. And as y'all know, I'm on my journey, my weight loss journey. So what I have here, I have 3 boiled eggs. And I have 2 pieces of dark meat, which is the thighs, my favorite. And it is not batter fried, it is skin fried. And I had my seasoning and I shook it in my seasoning that I created which include red pepper flakes, Asian spicy seasoning, paprika, did I say that already? Onion powder, garlic powder, and ranch seasoning pack. So let me let y'all get a little close up on that because y'all probably want to see it. I'm looking forward to it. There it is. That's my boiled eggs, and I actually rubbed some of that seasoning off. And y'all see, I don't know if y'all can see a close up of the seasonings that's on that chicken, but it's pretty much, I fried it and then shook it, like shake and bake. Shake it up, shake it. In my special seasonings that I created, you guys. So, this is my prison stories, and I'm gonna bless my food and we're gonna get it in. Thank you, Lord. Please bless this food for the nourishment of our bodies. In Christ Jesus, I do pray. Amen, amen, amen. And again, it's high in protein, low in carbs. And today it's not about the food today. Today is about the question to answer for these diets. And it's just, let me put my bib on because you know how I am. I'm gonna get something on my shirt, so I might as well go ahead and put that bib on. Represent my channel, y'all. Don't forget, if y'all want y'all bibs, hit me up on Instagram, Promostk, or hit me a comment in any of my videos, and then I'll get back with you. So, some of the contraband we got out of the mailroom. Well, I know I already told y'all about the story about knives. A lot of things were considered contraband, but let me see if there are some funny things. Now they got cologne samples, which the inmate could get. They're the ones that's in the magazine that, you wipe and you smell. I'm gonna tell you this, y'all. Inmates were not have a bottle of cologne. So when they would get those little magazines with those little cologne things in it, man, they would be so excited. They'd be smelling good. They actually have some smell good. And some of the inmates, that was a little, they really love that stuff. But getting back to the contraband. inmates will ask their family to send them stuff that they knew was contraband. By this guess, they thought that maybe somebody was slipping in the mailroom, they can get it in. Now, family could not send books to the inmate. The books had to come from a reputable bookstore source. Because if it came from an inmate's family and the inmate's family shipped it in, then guess what? The inmate family could have put contraband in there. Could have did anything to that, right? So what inmate families would do, they get an Amazon box that they know we receive Amazon books, and they send it in. But the crazy thing about it is that they send it in, and we know that it came from the family because of the postmarkings. Amazon has a special type of postmarking that you know came from Amazon. And not only that, if they're really trying to get contraband in, they would tear the seams inside the book, lay flat whatever they want in there, whether it's Polaroid pictures, whether it's potpourri, because I would consider contraband because they was smoking that stuff. And at the time, this time I'm talking about, is when cigarettes were not allowed. They have little plastic bags with the cigarette leaves in there. I don't care how much they try to disguise that stuff. You can tell when something's been tampered with. We put it, and because we put it through the scanner, and we even suspected it being tampered with, we go back and put a second knot on it on the scanner. Inmates would try and get porn books in, porn, tattoo, inks. And that's where they would get it from the Polaroid pictures, y'all. They would get from the Polaroid pictures the ink to make their tattoos. Them inmates are very creative, y'all. When I say very creative, very creative. I'm trying to think. Did I do a did I do a video on kites? I don't think if I did or not. Because not only was inmate mail considered contraband if it came from outside source, it was also contraband when it came from inmate to inmate. Because they were still trying to get mail to each other that they weren't supposed to be communicating. But technically, inmates are not allowed to send each other mail. That was happening too. And you're like, well, they get locked up, they're inmates. Why can't they send each other mail? Because they be plotting. Or they be trying to get information to that inmate that may jeopardize another inmate's safety. Inmates were slick. I mean, you think about it. Idle minds, they had all day to think up stuff. They didn't care if their family got in trouble. They were all about them. Them. And to me, you know, inmates were selfish. I mean, a lot of inmates, not all, but a lot of inmates, the system, I think, makes them that way. But they got to take. No matter what, without any cost. And the inmates were trying to talk in code, say family. And I'm like, what? The family be hip on the code too. Because family knew that their inmate mail was being read. So they say, you know. Now some facilities do read mail. Word for word, but they're reading a novel. But if you did that every day to all these inmates, there's no way you would get their mail to them within your lifetime. So you have to scan, really, unless there's mail that the investigators think needs to be watched. Because they'll send us names. They'll send us names. Hey, I need copies of every piece of mail that comes in for this inmate. Could they be looking for something? They be looking for, like, another inmate, giving them clues or giving them a heads up on something going down. Yeah, inmates be snitching. They don't want to suffer the repercussions of another stupid inmate doing something stupid and jeopardize their security or their freedom, or what they consider their freedom, because they're not being harassed. They're just there to do their time, get their time done, and be out. Especially inmates who don't have much time left to go. And with that being said, I want to address EOS packages too. EOS, if anybody knows what that means, drop it down in the comment below. I touched on it briefly in a previous video. But it's end of sentencing, EOS package. And the inmate that's gonna be released, their family has been notified to send them a package, end of sentence package. They let them know what the package should contain. If they couldn't send it themselves, there was a company that ships out EOS packages that's FDLC approved. It just has to come by UPS. I'm sorry. It just has to come by United States Postal Service, not UPS or not FedEx or not DHL or anything like that. Has to come from United States Postal Service. And I'm telling you, I can tell how many times inmates got end of sentencing packages and it didn't come from the proper shipping source, and the inmate didn't get their package. They didn't play about that. Some inmates had to end up going home with the inmate scrubs on. Or when I was with CCA, the assistant warden would go and buy him, go to the, like a thrift store, and go buy him some clothes. You would have some families would go all out with the end of sentencing packages. I mean, have brand new shoes, brand new skirt, brand new jeans, belt, everything brand new. I remember it was so crazy. Inmates not allowed to have cell phones, right? But we found so many on the compound. How did they get in? But anyway, like when inmates would get ready to be released, the family wanted to be able to contact them, so they would send their cell phone in the EOS package. I think y'all know what happened to that EOS package. Yeah, it got sent back. I mean, come on now. Employees are not even allowed to have cell phones. Visitors, I don't even care if you're a vendor. Even the people that came to do work. Like one of my machines in the mailroom go down, then call somebody to come service it. They would have to open up their bag and had to do an inventory sheet of everything they had in there. When they were done, they had to clear security. Everything they had when they went in there, it better be in there before they leave, or they're gonna lock down. They gotta find out where it's at. You think, oh man, they just went to that room, blah, blah, blah. But no, there's a protocol, because we had to have to open our mail. Even to have to open the mail, we had to have we had to have a sign out for a pair of scissors that were issued. Yep. Issued. We had jiffy slitters. I don't know if y'all know what jiffy slitters are. That's what I call them, jiffy slitters. You open up the mail with a jiffy slitter. Like, we have a machine that opens up all the mail, but sometimes as the mail is going through, sometimes it may miss an envelope. So we have a jiffy slitter and we rip the top open, and finish ripping it open or whatever. But I had to have a sheet that was accountable for how many jiffy slitters we had. And then we opened up packages because we weren't allowed to have scissors. It was a whole rigmarole about scissors. Because we weren't allowed to have scissors, I had took one of my Jiffy slitters and broke it. And when I broke it, it left a tip of that razor out. And that's how I will open up my packages. And every time they had to go through and do inspection, they had to make sure that that Jiffy slitter was accounted for, because see, inmates coming out of mailroom to clean up, take trash out, mop the floor, wax the floor, buff the floor, shine the floor, whatever. And we're supposed to be in here with them the whole time. Anyway, but sometimes you get clerks that become too comfortable with them inmates. And they're like, oh, go ahead, go on. Not realizing they got something out. That the inmate can just grab it, pick it up and go. And then at the end of the shift, when it's time to be accountable for that item, you can't find it. That's bad right there. My clerks will always ask me, Miss Shella, can you make me one of those Jiffy slitters? Because they would, I don't know why they always came to me to make them one. They couldn't pop it. I take it and just poop, just pop it, and that razor be just where it needs to be. But yeah, you just have to be careful. We had to have clear bags when we came in. Everybody had to come in with clear bags. The bags had to fit in a certain size container. And if it didn't fit in that container, you didn't bring it in. So clear bags so they can see through it, but it still went through your bag. You were not allowed to have lipstick. Excuse me. You were not allowed to have eyeliner. Pretty much they didn't want on makeup. They didn't want any makeup in compound. Because again, they could use those inks for stuff. Mainly tattoo. That was one of the really, really bad ones right there. But then the inmates are getting slick. Okay, they can't get Polaroid pictures. Let's have paper with ink on it. So then they would start having their family send them paper with ink, and I don't know what process they use, but they would transfer that ink off of that paper, and they would do tattoos off that ink on that paper. Another thing they used to do contraband, and this is before the post office had to change the mailing system as far as how we had to do it for FDOC. They used to put like LSD or some type of drug under the postage stamp. So the inmates would get the postage stamps, lick it, and they would, I guess, get in their happy mode because they got the drugs. So what we would have to do, and I'm telling you, inmates got so mad about this. Let me tell you, inmates got so mad about this. We used to have to take that same razor, pull that postage stamp off, and throw the postage stamp away. No postage stamps that was affixed on envelopes were allowed to get to the inmate. And the inmates would get so mad because they want to know when they got their mail. And by us removing that postage stamp, they didn't see their post stamp. And they were like, oh, the reason why y'all just justifying taking our stamps off is so that y'all won't get our mail to us on time, and we can't grieve because you don't remove the post stamp. That's another reason why I went to the posting stamp and my clerk's initial and everything to show proof when we got it in, when it was sent down, when it came back to be rerouted, if the inmate was in a different dorm or was sent to confinement or left to another facility. Because if that inmate left to another facility, their mail had to follow them. So what we would do is we would wait for like a week, within a week's time by the inmate left, to make sure that he is where, because he may be at a holding detention, which he can't receive mail. We wait until he gets to where he's going to be housed, and then we would send his mail to him in a bundle, a box package or whatever. And then the facility where he's located would then give him his mail. But sometimes the computer system is behind, and the inmate may say he's EOSing or he's going to another facility, being transferred to another facility, and you send his mail to him, it comes back to us, we don't have this inmate. And I'm like, wait a minute, that's what the system says. But in the interim of them leaving, somehow they got redirected somewhere else and they end up going to a different facility. So yeah, it's crazy. It's so many aspects of these inmates. But they were so mad. I can't tell you how many grievances. They bombarded us with grievances because we removed their postage stamps. And everybody was like, you know what? The ones that's having a fit about their postage stamps being removed were probably the ones that were having their family members put that drugs underneath their postage stamp anyway. Okay? Okay? So I jumped from contraband mail from these diets to EOS to whatever. I mean, it was so many. I'm telling you, every day was a different day in the mailroom. There was no repetition in there at all. We had inmates that received money to go on their books. Mailroom processed that. We put it through the system. You know, it's weird because I worked through two different, at the same prison, but through two different private agencies, and they both receive money differently. Okay, they both receive money differently. One of the ways that we had received money was that the mail, of course, would come in, and they would have the money ordered in the mail. A couple of times, which was crazy, we would get money order in, and you know, you got a lot of old people, they don't know about filling out money orders. They would put their name on it. And of course, the inmate can't use it. So we would have to send it back to the family. The family would get it back. And of course, they call, why did I get this back? My son needed his money. He needed to buy this, or he doesn't have food. And we would have to explain to them. They didn't understand. So then they would have to take that money order back to wherever they purchased it from and have them redo it. And a lot of times we would get crazy responses like, I don't have the receipt, so they're not going to take this money order back. This money is no good now. And I'm going to tell you, these folks, I mean, they used to send some, there was this one inmate, okay? When there was one inmate, he used to have his family send money to certain inmates. I mean, this is an inmate, he was a millionaire inmate. He had, again, I don't know if he was paying for protection or what, but he had been there a long time in the system. And he was putting money on inmates' books. We couldn't stop it. But he was putting money, it was like $100 to that inmate, $100 to that inmate, $50 to this inmate, $50 to this inmate. So we don't know if he was paying for protection or what he was doing, but he had somebody on the outside, which it was his boyfriend on the outside, and he would tell them, hey, put money on this person's books, put money on this person's books, and that's what he would do. He would just do it. But you had inmates that knew the struggle, as you could say, and they would actually help other inmates. Were they really helping them, or were they, I don't know. But we couldn't stop it. We couldn't stop it. There's nothing we could do. Trust me, the wardens, they tried to stop it. They couldn't stop it. FDOC, they couldn't stop it. There were inmates getting income tax returns. Yeah. How can you get an income tax return when you've been locked up for umpteen years? How? Listen, they had scams going on. And the scam started in Miami. Miami, Florida, I mean, this was like these inmates were getting income taxes like almost every year. And finally, the IRS started cutting, like, hey, finally, like, wow, did you not see this? I don't know if somebody reported it or or what happened, but these inmates was getting money put on their books from income tax. So they had word, they had children, whoever was doing it was putting Social Security numbers on their accounts. It was a big to do. It was a big scandal. Y'all look it up. This happened in what? Between 2000 and 2006, 2000 through 2012, or somewhere in between those. You Google it, you'll be able to find it. Big scandal came out from Miami is where they all start generating from, and then we started freezing their money. Oh my God, those inmates were so mad. That's my money. Oh, why are you freezing my money? Well, per IRS, we had to, because it was illegal activities. I'm telling you, when I say every day, when I say every day was a new day, a different day, it was something else. It was really something else. And as I go back into my memory bank and I think of all this stuff, it's like there's so many avenues I can go with telling you this or telling you that. It's like, and then I jump off course. But we were not allowed to have clothes in our vehicle, changing clothes. We were not allowed to have our vehicles locked. There would be a guard that would check the parking lots, and they would be around the clock checking them. They go through, they flip your they flip your arm, your handles to your doors, and then they flip your trunk and make sure your trunk wasn't unlocked. Because you gotta think, we had inmates that cleaned outside the gates. So if you had a officer that was in cahoots, or a family member that was in cahoots with the inmate, they would just park their car. You would think, now that's what they would do. They would park their car, leave it unlocked, leave the keys on the floorboard. If an officer did a patrol and they flipped your door and it was unlocked, that's a write-up for you. They took that seriously. And don't let them pop your trunk and see a change of clothes in there. Because see, a lot of officers used to put change of clothes in their trunk because sometimes they didn't get relieved from their shift. And they wanted a clean set of clothes. And sometimes if it was a bad weather, a bad storm, we were on lockdown with them prisoners. We couldn't leave. We could not leave. So I remember, it's like, oh my God, we're gonna stay here, where we're gonna sleep. We ain't had no changing clothes. But when they lock down, you lock down too. You can't go nowhere. You can't say, oh, I gotta go pick my kids up. You better have, and you better have special provision for somebody to do it. And also, you had to sign a paper saying that you did not have a second job. And when you work for the prison system, they don't want you having another job, because no matter what job you have, that prison job is priority. So say like you working at the prison and you got a second job because you can't make the bills at home. And then you gotta leave, and they tell you gotta stay at the prison, but you gotta go to your second job. No, I'm sorry, you ain't leaving here. This is your priority. That's the way it is in the prison system. If you had a second job, you had to sign off on paper saying that you had a second job, so that they could know you had a second job. And they will tell you, if push come to shove, this is priority. So we need you. If your shift leaves, closes at 2, and an officer don't come at 1:30 to replace you, and you got to start another job at 5, guess what? You got to stay there at prison until your relief has come, and that job you had, you can forget about that. Yeah. Nope. But yeah, I can talk about this stuff all day. And as I come into remembrance on a lot of stuff, I'll be bringing it to the forefront. I try to, like I say, I could be talking about one subject and then another thing pop in my mind like, oh, they did that too. Oh yeah. So I hope you guys like my prison stories. If you do, share them out. Share them. Let other people, know what my experience was. I appreciate your time. And I'm still on my weight loss journey. I'm still on that journey. I started that, and I told you guys I'm being true to it. Enjoy. But yeah, I appreciate you guys for listening to me, and thank you very much. Promostk, eating good in the neighborhood with my prison stories. And thank you, D's Diets. You're always in my comment sections. And that question, I hope I answered for you. She, again, is the mother of Buddy, the talking bison. And if y'all haven't seen him, he is hilarious. He's a dog that talks. So, yeah. All right, you guys. Thank you. Promostk, eating good in the neighborhood. Yeah.